Can you imagine a world where Tesla isn't the dominant force in electric vehicles? It might sound far-fetched, but that's exactly what's happening as a wave of Chinese electric vehicle, EV makers, is taking the global market by storm. Brands like BYD, NIO, and XPeng are no longer just contenders. They're leading the charge with innovative designs, cutting-edge technology, and prices that make you stop and think. When you hear the names NIO, Li Auto, or BYD, you might shrug them off as lesser-known brands compared to giants like Tesla. But ask yourself, would you rather pay $9,000 for a fully equipped SUV or double that for a comparable model? This cost advantage is no fluke. It's a deliberate strategy that's sending shockwaves across the industry. Even Elon Musk and legacy automakers are starting to feel the heat. China is already the world's largest auto producer, manufacturing a staggering 1/3 of all cars globally. They've become so efficient that their domestic market can't keep up with the production. As a result, Chinese auto exports are rising rapidly, even though you might not see them in the US yet. But take a trip to Australia, Mexico, Brazil, or South Africa, and you'll spot these cars everywhere. American trade groups are sounding the alarm, worried that China will dominate the EV market just like they did with electronics. The fear is real. Cheap labor, government support, and a vertically integrated supply chain allow Chinese automakers to push costs lower than their competitors. The Biden administration has already slapped a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs, but it may not be enough to stop the onslaught. Tesla's presence in China is significant, but no one anticipated the country's rapid shift to clean energy vehicles. Now, legacy automakers are scrambling to catch up as local Chinese brands not only match but often exceed Tesla's offerings. There are over 140 EV brands in China, many of which are outselling the Model Y in their home market. BYD, Tesla's biggest Chinese rival, has been making waves with its Tang model, a 7-seater SUV that's $11,000 cheaper than the Model Y. So how do they achieve such low prices? It's a mix of government subsidies, strategic vertical integration, and BYD's own dominance in battery production. Nearly 40% of China's cost advantage in EVs comes from their edge in battery manufacturing, and BYD controls almost every step of that process. While price is a big factor, Chinese EVs are more than just budget options. Brands like XPeng are offering almost identical specs to Tesla's Model Y, but at a fraction of the price. For instance, XPeng's G6 model costs about $27,000, nearly $9,000 cheaper than the Model Y. These cars are packed with tech, from ventilated seats to AI assistants that can park your car for you. China is democratizing smart EVs in much the same way Henry Ford did with the Model T. They're turning cars into connected devices that work seamlessly within the larger Internet of Things. NIO, for example, has introduced battery swapping, a concept Tesla explored but never fully implemented. With 3,500 battery swapping stations across China, NIO is addressing one of the biggest pain points for EV drivers. But it's not all smooth sailing. One noticeable trade-off in Chinese EVs is performance. While Tesla's cars are known for precision and handling, some Chinese models feel less refined. Odd design choices, squeaky interiors, and less responsive steering are common complaints. This difference in quality might not matter in markets where price is king, but it's a hurdle for Chinese automakers trying to win over Western consumers. So, are non-Chinese automakers doomed? It's possible. Chinese brands have a deep understanding of their local market and are quick to adapt. However, they face challenges in convincing loyal customers of brands like GM, Toyota, and VW to make the switch. And while their tech-driven approach offers value, it's still unclear if this will resonate outside of China. As these companies scale, they're banking on a model that doesn't just rely on selling cars, but on monetizing the tech and services that come with them. It's similar to what Apple did with smartphones. They turned a premium product into an essential device by layering in services that people didn't know they needed. But for Chinese EV makers, success isn't guaranteed. Most are not yet profitable, and the global price war is squeezing margins further. And it's not just quantity that China is focusing on. The country has become a leader in battery technology, producing nearly 60% of the world's EV batteries. This expertise gives Chinese automakers an unmatched cost advantage, allowing them to undercut international competitors. This level of integration has enabled BYD to expand rapidly and even surpass Tesla in global EV sales. But it's not just about low prices. Chinese automakers are investing heavily in research and development, pushing boundaries with autonomous driving capabilities and smart cockpit designs that feel more like a high-tech lounge than a traditional car interior. NIO, for example, has rolled out voice-activated controls and AR glasses for entertainment, setting a new standard for in-car experiences. And they're not stopping there. Several Chinese automakers are working on integrating EVs with smart city infrastructure, offering features like vehicle-to-grid V2G technology that allows your car to power your home or sell electricity back to the grid. Another factor is brand perception. While Chinese automakers have made strides in their home market, convincing consumers in the US and Europe, who have long-standing brand loyalty to companies like BMW, Toyota, and Ford, remains a challenge. These customers often prioritize building quality and driving experience over cost savings, which could slow Chinese EV adoption in these regions. However, there's an opportunity here that's hard to ignore. By focusing on software and services, these companies could create recurring revenue streams that extend beyond the initial sale of the vehicle. This shift could fundamentally change how we think about car ownership, turning vehicles into platforms for apps, entertainment, and even workspaces. Chinese EV makers are poised to reshape the global automotive landscape, but whether they can sustain this momentum and break into Western markets remains to be seen. One thing is certain: we're witnessing a pivotal moment in the evolution of electric vehicles, and the outcome could redefine the industry for years to come. Thanks for finishing the video. If you are interested in cars and car market news, don't forget to subscribe to get our latest videos.